What up, YouTube family? Welcome to From Indicted to Invited. Man, go ahead and hit that like button. Please share this video and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There's been some things going on in the news, and I want to shine some light on the things down there in Delta State University, where a young man was found hanging from a tree on campus and another one nearby. I got their names right here. I send my condolences out. Once again, this has been going on, and the people keep ruling these suicides. It's total disrespect, to the people in America and how dumb they think we really are. Total disrespectful. With that being said, I need everyone to be careful out there, man. These sundown town things is a real thing. I was reading a story the other day of a guy, truck broke down in one of the little small towns. And he was at one of the little restaurants, and the waitress was telling him to hurry up and get out of here, And he was like, messing around and didn't understand what she was trying to do. She ended up calling the police, and she was like, "What? You mad about her calling the police and stuff like that?" And come to find out, the police came and said, "Hey, I'm gonna take you somewhere away from here, and you can come back and get your truck." You know what I'm saying? And told him what the deal was. The waitress was actually saving the dude's life. It's people in the towns that know that this stuff goes on, and they do, everybody not like that just because they a certain race or color. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of black people be like, man, dumb niggas this, dumb niggas that, embarrassed by niggas. You know what I mean? So everyone is not like that because you see a certain race or you see a certain skin color. Don't mean that they are against you or with you, either way. Just be careful and protect yourself. With that being said, man, I want to talk about the most racist federal prison in the BOP to me, and that would be USP Big Sandy. So I'm in Beaumont. I'm trying to figure out how to get out of there. They opened up Big Sandy. I put my name on the list to transfer there. Brand new prison, only been open a few months. So they asked me, do people want to go up there? I said, yeah, this is how I can get out of bloody Beaumont. So I goes to Atlanta to the holdover, which is a federal holdover. And, when you're in transit, you go to Atlanta or Oklahoma, mainly. Oklahoma City got like a huge airport that runs right into the prison, the terminal. As soon as you get off the plane, you in the terminal, go straight into the prison. Katrina hit while I'm in Atlanta. I end up being in Atlanta for like almost 3 months, and this is unheard of. The food was horrible. I was eating raisin sandwiches. I was there so long, the COs was cool with me. I was like, man, can you give me a loaf of bread? And I get up in the morning, they had like the box of raisins. You're supposed to grab 2. I would grab like 10 of them and had them up under the slop of food that they give you under the paper plate. I'm talking about horrendous, bro. I couldn't eat it. So I was eating raisin sandwiches and shit. Man, I had probably lost like 40 pounds in there, bro. When I got to Big Sandy, they thought I was from the street. They thought I didn't know I came in from another jail. I was so skinny, bro. I was so skinny, but I ended up picking my weight up. They ended up calling me Shaq in Big Sandy. So, Big Sandy, man, we on the bus, right? We on the bus. And the bus ride, Big Sandy sits on top of the mountain in Athens, Kentucky. And I don't know if y'all remember the show Justified, when my man Timothy Oliphant played the character of Raylan Givens, right? Athens, Kentucky. So if you remember that show, just think about this. It took us 3 hours, maybe 2.5 hours straight up this mountain It's on the border of Kentucky and West Virginia in the Appalachian Mountains. All we seeing, first of all, we handcuffed. You got your wrist chain on you, and you connected to your waist chain with your cuffs and your shackles. And you're going up this mountain, and there's no guardrails. I'm talking about nervous wreck. You're looking over the mountains. You're like, oh my God, please don't blow a tire or anything. You just like fucking, everybody on there just petrified. Everybody on the plane, on the bus, was petrified. Like scared to death. Like all you see is island church, island groceries, not island, excuse me, mountain church, mountain groceries, mountain hardware, mountain this, mountain that. All you think about is some wrong turn shit. The movies. Mountain men, all you see and all that. Straight up this hill, 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours, and you get up there, and the prison sits on top of the mountain, down in the mountain. Crazy as hell. You be on the yard, bro, and all the way around you is mountains, like forests. And sometimes you see some of the weirdest animals just come out and just be sitting there, man. You be like, one time we seen like a dog, bro. It was like a dog with these little horns, bro, like ram horns, but it looked like a German Shepherd or something. It was crazy, bro. You see all kind of weird shit up there, and this was arguably the most racist penitentiary I've been in. Just the people that work there. They say if you escape from there, they not even worried about the authorities catching you. To say the people around there gonna hunt you. You know what I'm saying? Like Big Sandy was crazy, man. I remember they was counting, and after count, dude came to my door and told me to, he was about to cuff me up. I'm like, what's up? He said that he lied and said I didn't stand up for count. Like literally just picked me, and put me in a hole for 3 days and said I didn't stand up for count. Like all that kind of shit was going on around there. It was a black lieutenant that came up there from another prison. And I remember some of the white COs was around there, and they had the newspaper article. Like this black lieutenant guy, he was one of the first blacks. This was like 2005 or 6, right? No, 2004. It was like 2004 or 5. This dude was one of the first blacks to ever live within the city limits of Inez. Like, it was crazy. So they had the newspaper article, and they were snickering all behind the dude's back, showing, like, look. You know what I mean? Like, man, it was crazy. We didn't have the MP3 players yet, so we had to listen to the radio. Man, they had no stations up there, all these hillbilly stations. And I remember on the radio station, man, they used to advertise this furniture store. Come on down to such and such furniture. Man, you can get a 13 set furniture set for $2.99, bro. It was crazy. It came with 2 couches, all these end tables and shit with the lamps and everything, bro. It was so hilarious, bro. It was crazy. And on the news down there on the radio, all you hear, it was ATV, fatal ATV accidents almost every week. Them white boys, them hillbillies up there riding them 4-wheelers in the mountains was just killing themselves. I'm talking about it was crazy around there. The COs, they really like some big country ass wrong turn. So, when I was in the hole, when I was leaving there, when you go out to rec, there was some dudes from Philly, like 3 in the cell. So when you go out to rec, they go, they come in, they leave the door open so they know who's out to rec. When the CO come down there, if the door be open down the tier, that means that group of people is out to rec in the rec cage. So the COs came in there while they was out the rec and took their face cloths and used their face cloths to wash some shit off the walls and threw their face cloths in the middle of the floor. Some dudes from Baltimore, Mumbles and them, right? So when they come back in, man, they kind of buck cover the window up. Hey, bring us some new rags, just some dirty, woo, woo, woo. And they wouldn't do it. So they came in there, man, and they had to go in there. They brought the team to go in there, and one of the COs had a street knife on them. And they said Mumbles ended up taking the knife up off of them and hitting them with the knife. Like they did, like the Baltimore dudes dogged them dudes out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the cell up by the front. So about the next day, man, they came in there, man, I don't know what the fuck they got these big ass white boys from. But I could see them because I'm in the front. The Baltimore dudes is right across from me over here, right? So I'm over here and I look and I'm 6'9". And I told y'all the story before. Man, I see these big ass white boys outside the door. I'm like, oh shit. I don't know where the fuck they got this team from. But these dudes was not on the compound. They brought in an outside team to handle the embarrassment that they got from the day before. Man, now look, they got these things to cover your window, these magnets. When they threw it over my window, they left me a little space where I could still see. You know what I mean? I look, man, them motherfucking big ass white boys. I'm 6'9". I'm looking up like this. I'm talking about like humongous motherfucking big crackers, bro. Like I'm talking about big countrified tobacco right here. You can see it. They coming in there. They ain't covered up or nothing, bro. They went in that room, bro, and all you heard was some grown men crying, bro. Some grown men crying. This was like so sad, bro. They carried them out, bro. They was carrying them. They had them hog tied from the back with their feet, their ankles like this, connected to their wrists, connected to their feet and shit. And dude was carrying them like this in one arm with the chains, bro. Carrying them out like that. And they went down there, man, and I could look down there on the lower level. And they was spraying the mace all in their face while they was handcuffed, right? And he took, because Mumbles had supposedly, allegedly hit the dude with the knife. Man, they took the handcuffs off of him and took his arm, bro, and bent his arm back and broke it. Like the whole tier was quiet, bro. Whole tier was quiet. You know what I mean? That's one of the incidents that happened. On the radio, man, they used to have an annual Hillbilly Festival there. And one of the things at the Hillbilly Festival was a hoot and a holler contest. So we was all down in the yard and we asked one of the CEOs, hey, what's the difference between a hoot and a holler? He was like, so the whole yard just like, what the fuck? Like everybody realized where we was at. You know what I'm saying, man? You talking about some in your face, fuck you nigga type shit at this penitentiary, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you know it, like everybody know them dudes, them dudes in Atlanta would kick your ass. Atlanta had so many lawsuits, man, they would fucking kill you in them down there. Them black dudes down there would come on there and just fuck you up. So you knew where you was at, what kind of culture it was, and what penitentiary you in. Man, Big Sandy was in the Appalachian Mountains, bro. And when I tell you, them wrong-term motherfuckers worked at that prison. You know, most of the prisons in federal prison, they put them in these rural areas, way out from somewhere. You know, these are real sundown towns. I remember a girl, man, a friend of mine, I told her where I was at. She told me she was never going to be driving up there, never coming to see me. She knew then. She knew then back in 2005. She like, Kenny, I ain't never coming to see you there. Like, never. She like, I'm not driving up there. I'm not going up in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're rough. And wasn't nobody getting no visits there. Man, wasn't nobody getting no visits there. Wasn't nobody getting no visits there. Like, seriously, man, you go on a visit, it was rare, bro. It was rare to see somebody going on a visit around that motherfucker, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. USP Big Sandy was racist as the motherfucker, bro. Let me tell y'all, bro. Them crackers up there, man, I'm talking about. And you talking about, you know, they spit in the bottle with the tobacco. You talking about, and you know the orders get that shit and dry it out and remix it and be selling that shit on the yard. Man, it was pounds of that shit around there. Every CO around there. Every one of them. Bruh. Hey, this one a real, this when you realize, man, you do not want to be in prison, bruh. Not just to be in prison and certain your freedoms are taken, but it's who taking them. Oh my God, bruh. Big Sandy, the most racist federal penitentiary in the United States. This is from Indicted to Invited.